Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 264th edition of Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is Platoon, which opened in the US on December 10th, 1986. It was written and directed by Oliver Stone. It is a war drama, and the synopsis says, Chris Taylor, a neophyte recruit in Vietnam. I don't know what neophyte means. Can someone help me?
That's a lame question.
I didn't know it meant either. I guess is it just new soldier or something?
Well, that's what he is, all right? I don't really know what else it would mean.
A person who is new to a subject, yes.
There you go. Excellent. I like that word, neophyte. A neophyte recruit in Vietnam finds himself caught in a battle of wills between two sergeants, one good and the other evil. A shrewd examination of the brutality of war and the duality of man in conflict. Wow, getting all essay on me here in the synopsis. Amazing. All right, Platoon. Jaden, you managed to finish it. Congratulations.
Thanks,
what
Matt.
did you think of Platoon?
I thought that this movie was hot ass from a butt. It was dog shit. To people that like this movie, I say, have you seen any other film about the Vietnam War? Have you seen Deer Hunter? Like an Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket, or whatever. This movie is terrible compared to anything else on the subject. Even The Five Bloods is better than this, and The Five Bloods is not that good. This felt like amateur hour from every single person that participated. I think Stone is fucking just lost. I don't know. This is my first movie from him, so I don't actually know if he's a good director or not. But there was just nothing going on. I think Sheen is terrible. Sheen cannot pull off being a serious actor at all. He is not convincing in the slightest at being, lost in war. I think the characters are just ridiculous. I think like there's nothing. The plot is just like I don't know. It's like the plot is like kind of like a quasi kind of Agita the Wrath of God kind of a box now kind of get lost in the madness, but it just doesn't do it successfully. And it's like, oh, but he's getting pulled from side to side. Oh, he's not. And then to sum it all up, we have Sheen trying to deliver this performance at the end, encapsulating, that he's like conflicted and he's been changed and, that he's experiencing all these things and like he's going to carry the war forever. So then Stone decides, oh yeah, no, let's put a voiceover saying exactly what is happening right now on screen, exactly what just happened. Because, for the real dumb people, it's just like a really shit way to end the movie. That's like already been miserable. It's just a mess. It's such a mess. And like, it just, I don't know, man. Like, literally everything it tries to do is done better elsewhere. Infinitely so, by infinitely better people.
Holy shit, he was locked and loaded.
This is why I didn't like his Letterboxd review, Didn't want to...
Oh, I see. You saw this coming. I didn't have any...
Dude, I got so excited. When Adagio for String started playing at the start and, the plane was turning, I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting in for some sick shit. And then... that was the best shot of the film, and then it was just downhill from there.
Wow. Okay, I love it. From here, I'll still reeling a little bit. I totally disagree. I thought this film was great. It was gritty. It was sweaty. It was uncomfortable, and I thought it did a really good job of saying what it says about war in Vietnam from a very specific viewpoint, being that of the grunt, as the film puts it, the frontline experience. And it makes sense that was done well, considering Oliver Stone was there. So it's also, I don't know, I thought it was, it was great. William, now who knows where this thing's going?
No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty great. It was definitely, I definitely expected this, but it was definitely like more, like a much more generically made and like shot kind of film than like say Apocalypse Now or whatever, But like it was just like a base, like a basic kind of vicious portrayal of like the American soldiers and the war. There was less kind of frills, whereas Apocalypse Now was all kind of like smoke and like really cool shots and shit. This was just like on the ground, as you said, like the grunt POV. And yeah, I thought Charlie Sheen was great, man. I thought he really, really sold it. Just
Genuinely, like genuinely, like you're not taking the piss.
Yeah, I'm not
That
taking the
is
piss,
insane.
man.
That is insane.
He portrayed the lost disenfranchised, just fucking, you know. He was just dis. He was all the disses. He played that really well. And yeah, like I think the sweat, as you were kind of saying, I feel like that element, the kind of claustrophobia of the jungle, that was portrayed really well. I think like some of the characters are a bit like broad or whatever, like you know, like the good and evil kind of thing, like Elias and what was the other guy? Barnes, yeah. Like they weren't like super complex or interesting characters, but like I like that they were kind of blown up a little bit. That wasn't like a fault, I didn't think. But yeah, I think the other characters, like the ancillary characters were they were pretty fun. I mean, it's probably like it probably feels a bit cliche, like a lot of it at this point, but it probably also like helped invent some of this shit, you know, because this was like an earlier kind of one. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, but no, I believe like the the carelessness that some of the soldiers kind of got to, when they got to that kind of point. Yeah, it was entertaining as well. So yeah.
This came after Deer Hunter and after Apocalypse Now, so
did it actually? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's 1 year before Full Metal Jacket, so Cubic already in full swing. So I don't know about establishing anything.
I feel like the generic Vietnam movie is like closer to this than
I think even
those other films.
There may have even been like a couple of Rambos out by that point.
They in Vietnam.
Okay, I'll just fuck myself then.
Isn't the second Rambo he goes to Vietnam? Am I crazy?
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I mean, it does kind of look like that, but I haven't seen Rambo.
Oh no, he's a war vet. He's a Vietnam war vet. Sorry.
Yeah. I will say, just when Fitzy bringing up the characters, I liked some of the characters, the ancillary characters. This is a part of the film. I was curious if you guys were the same. Seems like Jaden may have been. Where like I kind of feel like I'll appreciate the film more on rewatches, just because as much as I liked it on a first viewing, I sometimes notice I'm like, it's that thing where I'm forgetting the continuity of which side character is which when they just pop up in small moments, you know, and some of them kind of look similar. And I just kind of like, I'm a bit lost in the source in the various like moments. I kind of forget, was that the guy that said that thing earlier? Or like, I forget, I kind of get them mixed up. So that was like one thing where the film didn't fully gel with me on a first watch. Did you have that at all, Fitzy, or were you like... Because then at the end, when at the end, the credits actually helped me like distinguish who was who, whereas I kind of wasn't getting it.
Well, the credits mentioned like Crawford was a character they mentioned a few times, but I don't really know what his deal was. So, like, I can't remember scenes with him. But like everyone else, I'm kind of like, I get where they're at, you know. Like you have the guy who's like Barnes' secondhand man. You have the weed king guy who has like a beard, who goes like raw, you know. You have Forrest Whitaker, Tony Todd,
Keith David.
Keith David, dude. Oh yeah.
Oh, and freaking the translator, Johnny Depp was a translator.
Dude, did I have a Jaden looking at Bradley Cooper and Superman moment where I just did not see Johnny Depp at all? Like, was that like? Yes. No?
Like I didn't recognize him either. I mean, he's young. It's hard to like. This was.
I feel like I need Liam's objective opinion on this.
Oh, like when did you not recognize him? Though, like...
I didn't see him in the movie at all until the end credits. No, I didn't realize that was him translating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't relate to that now.
Okay, yes, I did have a Jaden in Superman. Okay, that's fine.
He does look. I mean, he does look like kind of generic. Like he's younger and his face isn't as defined.
Yeah.
Like I've
even
having seen like Nightmare on Elm Street, where 2 years in before he's like he's still young. Like I still didn't recognize him, knowing what he looks like young.
Yeah, he just blended in for me, man. He really did. And then the end, like I think I saw his name in the credits at the start, and I was like, "Huh, I better keep an eye out." Totally forgot. And then the end came around, and then I was like, "Oh, there he was." I didn't see him. So yeah, I had that for sure. In terms of the memorable side characters, I liked is the guy with like the memorable sort of like whole charismatic vibe going on. I don't know how the best way to describe it. Or is that who you're talking about? The Wig? Wait, see this now. I don't know if we're talking about the same guy. I think his name was O'Neill. He was on the evil side, and he had that very distinctive sort of voice. And he's the guy like who's left behind at the end, who has to become the second. He has to he gets promoted. And he has to
like the second hand man to
to Barnes.
Barnes. Yeah.
We're talking about the same guy.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name was, but yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, I liked him. I liked Keith David for sure as King. That was like that one scene that he has with Charlie Sheen where they're just like flexing their bromance. That was pretty solid. I enjoyed that. And then he got to leave. So yeah, I don't know. I liked him. Because he was one of the good guys, one of the good ones, I guess. But I don't know, Jane. None of these the side characters. I don't know how are you feeling about the platoon.
No. I liked Keith David and Forrest Whitaker because I like those guys, but Forrest is hardly in the film. Keith's at least a presence, so he was kind of coolish. But the rest of them, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you now, who was on whose side, and which character was which. Like Junior, he was like a kind of wimp. Like he was on Berenger's side. I don't know, was he? I don't know.
I don't know who Junior is, bro.
Junior was the one that was trying to fake an injury at the end to try and leave. Get like his foot shit. And he's the one that fell asleep on duty and let them sneak up on him and then blame Charlie Sheen.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Oh, I like the fat guy at the start as well. He was. I had sympathy for him because we share a body shape.
Wait, who is this guy?
He dies in the first engagement. Bob Orming as Gardner. Yeah, and so I can empathize with Gardner.
Well, you get shot in the first engagement.
No, as in I'm fat and it'd be hard to walk up a hill.
Oh, mate, come on. I don't know. I just Okay. Well, how much of your experience was like? Were you falling asleep because of the movie, or was it external events?
No, it was external. Both times, because I think I probably made about an hour and 20 into it. Probably just after Alias died. I fell asleep last night, and then today I fell asleep pretty much right towards the end. But it was a struggle. I fell asleep after it finished, but it was a struggle. Literally as soon as the credits rolled, I was out of it. So it was a fight.
Yeah.
So it's not really the movie's fault that I fell asleep, but I can it's still wasn't good. So
okay, all right. You haven't seen an Oliver Stone film before, you said. That's interesting.
Yeah, apparently not. That's
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's safe to say that I can avoid him in future.
Yeah, I was going to say, does this put you off?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Natural Born Killers is that's one of the big ones. And Wall Street. I don't know. He's got some big stuff.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he's got some big stuff for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if his big stuff is as bad as this, then no, I can skip it.
Oh my god. The trivia to get out of the way here, of course, and to frame the rest of this conversation is that this film is drawn from Oliver Stone's own personal experiences as an army combat infantryman in Vietnam. He wrote it quickly upon his return from action, and partly to counter the false depiction of war he had seen in John Wayne's The Green Berets, which
Right.
thank you, which I had a squiz at. Clearly didn't know how to say it, and seemed like a pretty standard heroic sort of portrayal of the war. But also that film was from 1968, which is when the war was very much, even still in its early stages, right? Like
John
like
Wayne
first
was just
few
a
years.
massive raging racist that was like very like pro-Yankee, very very
Right.
pro-war, just in general. So
Right. Yeah, so I'm trying to make excuses for it, like in terms of the context of when it came out.
no, John
know,
Wayne was just a terrible person.
Got it. Well, there's that as well.
To,
Okay.
to quote Wallace, thank God John Wayne's dead.
God damn. Well, there you go. So yeah. Anyway, that's the whole background of what you're getting on the screen here. But yeah, as our resident stonologist,
Resident Stoner.
Oh yeah, so that was right there
Oh.
for the taking. Sorry, I should have thought of that. How many Stone films have you seen? Actually, I know you're a big JFK guy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Snowden he did that as well. So we Snowden, JFK, Natural Born. Nixon. So 5, including this one.
Yeah.
But this is probably, I mean, if I'm not counting Snowden, I don't remember. That was kind of generic. But the other ones are kind of like definitely more interesting filmmaking wise. I mean, JFK. I mean, Natural Born Killers is kind of just batshit.
Yeah, but is that because Natural Born Killers is a Tarantino script?
No, because like it has similarities with like JFK and the kind of schizophrenic, like switch ups in like color and like there are like really weird sequences. Oh yeah, there are like hella weird sequences in Natural Born Killers that like even Tarantino hasn't made anything that kind of strange. So I mean, it probably suited like the weird script, but like it's definitely Stone's influence there too. But yeah, like with those two films. Oh wait, what's the other fucking film with what's his face? With I knew I'd Savages. That was a weird film as well. But yeah, but like the filmmaking of that is much stranger, and like I knew this would be more kind of generic, but he still has the core kind of competency and the kind of edge, I guess, that he usually has. I think that's still here, even if it is more kind of normal.
Yeah. I totally get what you mean. Like in terms of, I haven't seen the other films you're talking about, but in terms of like this film doesn't have any like crazy, wacky like editing choices or color choices.
No, yeah,
at all. Like so, in that sense, for sure. I don't know. It is. I don't want to call it like. I don't know. It feels. I mean, I guess generic in terms of the way each shot is composed and everything. Like, sure, it's like nothing. Mind like it's totally challenging, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like it kind of does a disservice to how much I felt it as I was watching it, and all the combat stuff and all the tightness of the close quarters nature of what was going on. Jaden, look at his most judgmental face.
No, I'm not judging.
No. Just listening intently.
Just listening. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. This film, it pulled me in. So I watched it, obviously understanding that Oliver was there and stuff, and I thought he did a great job focusing on all the right things, man. Every time get one of those shots of the bugs crawling around on Charlie Sheen's neck, or you get the really cool. There's some really cool moments where basically whenever combat starts in this movie, it starts in a really impactful way. I found throughout. Like obviously you have the first instance where like the goddamn Viet Cong are like creeping through the woods and Charlie Sheen's crouched there staring at them.
Yeah,
that can't move. That shit was insane. That shit was super intense. And that there's sort of several other examples like that. I don't know. Like every time the film needs to pull you into something where the action's going to start, like I feel like it did it in pretty much the most effective way I could have imagined. To be honest, like I don't know. Like Jan, you agreeing with me? You on that first?
Yeah, I think that Charlie Sheen one, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But then like the action itself is all shit house. So you kind of lose it.
Shit, like is it shit out? Like I would, if anything, lean more towards Liam's point of being like, it's pretty standard, I guess.
I think it's less than standard. I like definitely less than standard.
Really?
Yes.
I think it's like it's not very clear action, but that's like how it's supposed to be because it's just like the confusion of the kind of the jungle, Like in a scene where Charlie and where Taylor and like some others have to like shoot all these Viet Cong guys, who just come out. Like there's so many like shots from there. There's so many guys. There's so many like Viet Cong guys, but like you don't really see exactly where they are, and it's kind of just like a bunch of lights because it's just like supposed to be confusing, And then with the kind of big war scene later, the kind of big battle scene, it's kind of just like that where it's just like, shit's just flying everywhere, and it's not really like coherent or anything.
Yeah, but coherent doesn't have to mean boring. Michael Bay films aren't really the most coherent action scenes in them, but fucking love that shit. This is just like it's just disengaging. It's just not interesting. Which like I
don't think it's disengaging because you're just like because so many people die in this movie. They just like you're kind of on the edge of who's gonna take like you're just in their perspective. It's not about the action itself.
Yeah, but like I don't even think like the action necessarily has to be good. I mean, like I don't know, like even like Deer Hunter, like is very like for a Vietnam film, it's very lax on action because it's more character driven. Like you don't need action to be a good film, especially in a good anti-war film. But if you're gonna have it be good.
I think
have it look like an 18-year-old didn't shoot it out of uni. Like it's I don't know. It feels like I'm watching it like every shot in the jungle, which is like nearly the entire film. It just feels like I'm watching fucking like Kubrick's like Fear and Desire, like from like his first film that he made, like the student one, where like it just felt amateur hourish. It's just some guys like some army guys just creeping around in the woods.
That's crazy. I mean, I've seen that, so I can rebuke it. It's not like one of those cases where you've seen some weird film and I can't be like it. I wish I could disagree, but I can't because I haven't actually seen it. I have seen it, and I disagree. That film does feel like it. That film does feel amateurish. That film is like a bad.
Yeah, that's a bad film, and so is this.
I'm glad Fitzy's seen it, and he can do his refuting because I couldn't. I'd be that guy you're talking about. No, dude. When you said at the start that there's like that one shot at the start or whatever, and then from there, like, come on, like,
genuinely, only thing I liked, Adagio for strings and the slow mo of the plane. And the Charlie Sheen thing's okay, and I'll be happy to concede that. I went a bit hard, like that. The Charlie Sheen thing's okay. Even like the village isn't that good. Nothing really good in the village. I think none of the character stuff I care about in the slightest. I don't think any of it works, and the characters are disinteresting. And like there's just not enough interest in like Berenger's bad and Elias is good. So I should probably use the actor name or character name rather than mixing them up. But like Vance is bad, Elias is good. Like it's like really so he's getting pulled one of he's gonna succumb to his it's like he's gonna kill what my god it's mind blowing my god he gets lost in the muddiness of the war really so cool Oliver fuck off like it's it's bad.
All right, but since you brought up the whole Elias Barnes thing. Come on, you can't tell me in that scene when they get ambushed in the jungle, sort of the middle action set piece, I guess you'd call it. You can't tell me that like the dynamic between them in that scene is interesting. Not interesting.
I think Dafoe's shit ass in this film as well. Actually, I don't think his performance is convincing at all. I think Berenger's good, to be honest. Like I'll give you that. I think Berenger's alright as like just like this kind of dick. But Dafoe's just bad, and so is Shane. Like Defoe's not as bad as Shane, but like Defoe's like not good by any means.
Wow, I don't know. I think in this particular scene when like they have to they get together and they start trying to strategize, and Elias has got the tactic, and And then old mate Barnes is like, "Oh yeah, I'll do that." And then he starts ignoring it once he's already gone. That whole thing of like, can you trust this guy? What's this guy going to do? Obviously, we know he's a dick. That's been previously established, but then not knowing how far he's going to go, and then the whole as it played out, I was hooked, honestly. Like, as it played out, and then he says, "Oh, we're going to ignore his tactic, but I'm going to go back for him personally." I'm like, okay, like I was leaning in. I'm like, okay, are you like I was trying to read this guy. I was pretty engaged in that respect. And then when he bloody went over there and just started open fire on him on Elias,
yeah, I was waiting to
damn.
feel something when he killed him, but I just felt nothing.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I think Dafoe was good, but I didn't really feel anything in that scene either. But at that point, I was kind of expecting him. I was expecting him to die, both because of Barnes' kind of look on his face when he was like running towards him, and also because I'd seen Willem Dafoe die before in like the trailer or whatever, or like I feel like that's one of the shots from this film that was like most popular of Dafoe dying. That's actually by the Viet Cong people, but I thought that would come there.
Yeah,
I actually didn't know that was Dafoe. I thought that was Sheen. I was waiting for Sheen to die the entire film.
No, really.
Yeah. Until obviously Alias hit that pose, I was like, oh, right.
There it is.
Yeah, but I think Dafoe sold Alias well enough, but he didn't sell him to the extent where I'm like, oh no, the good guy, the honorable one died. It wasn't like a gut punch.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't disagree with that. I wasn't tied to Elias I love this dude. No, I agree with that, but. I don't know. I was wrapped up in the morality of the situation, I think I'm meant to be, of the conflict of the soul, if you will, where it's I was just so disappointed, more so than anything. That was sort of the main thing I felt when he opened fire. I'm like, I wanted to we know he's a dick. We know he's. I mean, after what we'd seen him almost do in the village, it's maybe I shouldn't have. I was hopeful for this guy Barnes. You know what I mean? I'm like. Sure he's a dick, but he's not going to go this far, is he? And then he did, and I was just so bummed about it. It was just God damn, evil wins, evil triumphs kind of thing. That's sort of what I felt.
Well, I was disappointed because it meant that they were going in the direction of he's pure evil instead of he's a dick, but he has his kind of moral code, for the Americans or whatever.
Right.
Right.
Jane, you haven't needed to raise your hand the entire time so far. So.
Yeah, no, it's because this is kind of off topic, but it's just before it leaves my mind. Was a tank at the end flying a Nazi flag?
No, I think that was wasn't that the Confederate? Oh well, it was kind of
I swear that's the Nazi war flag.
Yeah,
it was kind of obstructed by the trees. You couldn't really see it probably, but. There was a Confederate flag earlier, so that's what I kind of assumed.
I reckon that was a Nazi flag. I don't know why it's there, but it's the exact I'm looking at it now. It's the white and the black and shit like that, and I just didn't understand why that was there. Sorry.
I saw that, I thought it resembled that, but I've just sort of assumed it mustn't have been that. It mustn't have been exactly that. But then wait.
No, it is. Yeah, it is. He had a reason to do it. It's just about apparently over there they were just flying whatever flag they wanted, and they felt the Nazi flag represented the grunts as they were, they were stormtroopers and they were just going through everything.
That is crazy shit. I mean, so what the ending? Okay, take away the character conflict for a second. The ending of the goddamn battle didn't get the aftermath. Jaden didn't do anything for you. The whole I don't know. I just thought there was a lot of I thought there was a lot of cool stuff in there, in terms of shots, in terms of emotion of so I'm talking about after old mate Taylor wakes up.
No, I felt like I was watching fucking Tropic Thunder, man.
No, come on. Dude, when they start scavenging the bodies and tossing them and then the Nazi tank comes through, it's dude, you're feeling something.
Not in the slightest.
Okay. Wow. Skipping totally around here, but I don't know, how'd you feel about that stuff? I thought there was some good stuff there. There's that shot of the I think this is already on the chopper, but the shot of just the crater of bodies, literally.
Oh yeah.
It's God damn.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't that many shots in the film that I thought was like ultra impressive or anything. I thought like the village burning in the background that was impressive. Like there was some scenes in the aftermath, but I think that's because like as Jaden said, we spend so much time in the jungle that it's like, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to look like a painting, at any point. So like when we get like a breather or we get those kind of landscape shots, that's when there is some kind of beauty to it. But it's usually just not like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think this film has like shots that are. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the action stuff is impressive in terms of how they shot it all at the Philippines, but and all the explosives and stuff involved. But in terms of like paintings and that aspect, I agree with you. But there was still plenty of shots in this movie that stood out and were effective. I think in communicating the message and made me feel something. I love just a small shot I loved in the film was when like they're taking off near the chopper. The choppers are taking off, and like the gust from the choppers like just blows off the cover of these corpses on the ground. And it's just kind of there. It's just a little shot, and I'm just like, man, I don't know. There's something there. There's a story in that image, And I mean, I feel like a no-brainer one is I guess this is the most like traditionally painting shot. Actually, I just said that I wasn't talking about those, but like the shot towards the start of the film where like the soldiers are walking in dusk and there's lightning striking in the background. I'm like, come on, man. That's Sicario-esque stuff right there. Which is just 50 hates that shot in Sicario, but that's what it reminded me of.
So
well, you make fun of it anyway,
bro. Like when the soldiers are like they're dipping below the horizon to show that they're going dark, and like they've got dark intentions.
Yeah,
dude. So good.
That sounds like the best shot in the film, though. I don't know.
Do you? Oh, come on! You can't change the narrative on that.
I mean, that's not changing the narrative. I could still call it the best shot in the film and not be that impressed by it.
Oh, I guess
it's Sicario we're talking about.
True.
But like, isn't it? I mean, the lightning was kind of CG, was it not?
Yeah, it looked like 80s lightning. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
oh yeah. No,
the composition was very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it looked bad at all. Yeah.
No,
I thought it was cool. Yeah.
It's not quite Sicario level,
He's praising the Sicario shot, Jaden. Let's take this as a win. Take this as a dub.
Like 2 years later, whatever it was.
Yeah, that's right. But sorry, honing back in on the end for a bit and like that, the aftermath and the feel of it all. I think some of the visuals there are really strong. The way the bodies are treated. Yeah.
Like I was gonna say, like I was considering not watching this today and like not like doing the podcast because I was like really sick earlier in the day. So I watched the trailer for Platoon.
So I try and like give you the willpower.
Yeah, I was debating it. And then I come out of my room and on the TV my dad's watching the Charlie Sheen documentary. So like I watched the Platoon trailer and then I see Charlie Sheen on the TV and then I watch some of it and then 5 minutes later is the shot of him in Platoon when he wakes up from that whole thing. And like as I'm watching the Charlie Sheen documentary, I'm like, wow, that's a cool kind of. I like how it's just kind of lingering on him, like waking up. But I don't want to watch too much because now I'm gonna like actually watch the film. But like I do, like I liked him waking up. Is what I was. That was my point. Like him, the disorientation. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. Disorientation from him, from the whole thing. It felt like the film finally had a moment to breathe because I think a lot of the film kind of just moves fast in the chaos. So like him just kind of totally out of it, waking up amongst all these dead bodies was good.
Yeah, thank God you're here, by the way, because otherwise I would have been stuck with this other guy. So thank you for that. But
dude, imagine like killer. I was saying that like I was thinking about fucking skipping out of this one. Imagine like we both just said today
solo, solo, fucking.
It's like, yeah, can't do it, man. Yeah.
Me reviewing Platoon solo. God, what a disaster that would be.
I mean, no. Like, this is a more general. This is a film that I haven't really had any, desire to watch. And it's like I've always kind of like skipped this film, you know. Like, I'll like I always thought I'll get to it whenever, like down the line, even though it's been on my watch list for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I watched it, but it does like it has had that kind of, you know, aura about it before watching it. I'm just like, yeah, I'll see this in 20 years.
I'm probably the same, and that's why I wanted to pull the trigger and review it. You know, I feel like it's a good reason to
force us to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. We should start doing that more. Force ourselves to watch movies. You know. It's not like that doesn't happen every week anyway. But no, what you say about the film, like having a moment to breathe there, that's exactly right. But it's also like that moment to breathe sounds like respite, but it's like in the film it's pretty harrowing. Like it's like a moment of like realization, or like a moment of like reality setting in of like, this is what we've been doing the whole time, guys. Like, like this is the consequence of this is how this shit's been, you know. And it's all kind of just hits in that moment definitely for Taylor, you know. I mean, he complains a lot about the living conditions, but I feel like not necessarily the horror aspect of it until then. So part of a trivia I've got is that, surprising absolutely no one, the US government did not support this film. And in terms of like reflecting on films that are critical of the Vietnam War, I appreciate that Oliver, you know, having been there, being one of these dudes that he's portraying in the film, I appreciate that, you know, he had no issues making this movie about how the conflict was an absolute disaster.
Was Ollie at the rape of Milo? Was he there?
Well, hang on. When you said, is that a specific event?
Yeah, the Milo massacre. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's it, but I have got some trivia here that basically that like the village burning in the film and then him, Charlie Sheen, saving the girl from being raped was something he witnessed. But to me, that read like this shit just happened over there, bro. Like in general, I don't think like he might have been at this specific one, but I think it's more of a thing like, holy shit, this stuff just happened in general. I mean, you know, which makes it worse, obviously. But sorry, the point I was trying to make was that I appreciate that he portrayed how terrible this conflict was, but he did it in a different way to Francis in Apocalypse Now, if I'm comparing them for a moment, where I feel like Francis leant into like the absurd, into the madness, you know, of like, and that kind of thing. Whereas Oliver was just like direct. Oliver was just like, bro, like this is what the shit was. You know what I mean? Just straight up. Like this is the horrific shit we did. We got wrecked, you know, and here it is for you to watch on screen.
Yeah, I think like, I mean, I guess we could make all the Apocalypse Now comparisons now, but like, like it's much more like Apocalypse Now is much more like it leans into the madness. It's more like psychologically piercing. It really gets into the psyche of it. Like this, you're right. Like this, like as I said earlier, this is just like most of the guys, like half of the, I mean, like more than half of the guys in this are just kind of, you know, they're kind of dicks, and it's just kind of like a base, you know, the base viciousness of the conflict. It's not, there's no like dressing to it, you know. There's no cool soundtrack or anything. Although White Rabbit was good, but you know, apart from that.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. It doesn't feel like an artistic interpretation of something to convey something. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, yeah. It's just there for you. It's just there, bro. You know, just take it for what it is, and what it is trash. You know, or is horrifying, or is all, you know, all those things that it was. I'm sure it felt like for him being there. You know. We've sort of brought it up a couple of times, but like, so this, what is this specific event, Jaden, that you mentioned? That's like, it's a well-known instance
the
of
Melee Massacre? Yeah, it's like that's like the big one. One of the, yeah. That's the big one. That's the big one.
Okay.
That's the big one.
Okay. The big what was it? Basically, what was in the film? Like these.
Yeah. No. Well, basically, what was in the film, but like how the film did it. Like it's like it's like how in Apocalypse Now they do it better. It's kind of like more like that.
But hey, but in Apocalypse Now, what are you talking about? Like the Flight of the Valkyries?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I don't know. Like continuing with the comparisons, to me they just feel like such different scenes. I understand literally what's happening is similar, I guess, in that sense. But like I don't know. I think that the comparing them is like the perfect comparison of like what the two filmmakers are trying to do differently.
Yeah, because
like,
one of them set out to make a good
absurd.
scene, and then the other set out to try and shoot something with a 19-year-old.
No. Like the Flight of the Valkyries is awesome. It's absurd. It's hilarious. Bloody I'm blanking on his name. Thank you. Robert Duvall is hilarious. Like it fires in all cylinders in absolutely. But I thought this scene was harrowing and awful and exactly what it needed to be. I calling the
Flight of the Valkyries does the same thing towards the not the actual flight, but like towards the end when they're fucking they're dragging them all out of the village and then doing the same shit as well. It hits both notes.
No, it doesn't. It honestly doesn't. When you got there towards the end of Flight of the Valkyries, you got Robert Duvall saying like this man can drink out of my canteen any day, and then gets distracted by the surfing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the more harrowing stuff in Apocalypse Now comes later.
True. Yeah.
Like the village scene was definitely pretty bad. I mean, Kevin Dillon, his character was just like terrible. He was the guy who like he bashed the younger guy. He killed the woman as well. But
have you ever seen brains like that? Oh my god, this guy.
Hold on, dude. You have an issue with like bullies in films for being like unrealistic and like American bullies, but you're fine with this guy and like his whole character being like, let me hit him again. like that's fine to you. Like you have no qualms with that. He is like such a typical American bully, like just like exacerbated and placed in a different environment. Like he's just a character in the worst way, and you're just fine with it.
The different environment matters though, because when you take specifically,
but he is a high school bully. He is literally a high school bully in his character.
No, I get that, but usually the way my issue with it is usually how it's portrayed in high school context in films is that it feels.
So you're fine that the high school bully is just bashing old Vietnamese women?
No, I'm just saying to me in this film, holy shit. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. No, I feel like within the context of this film and this conflict, it didn't feel absurd to me. It didn't feel out of place to me at all. Like, obviously, it's shocking, but it worked for me. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think it's absurd or out of place. I think that's what happened. But I thought like, the character is just ridiculous.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean the character's evil, 100%, and I don't necessarily.
It's not just it's badly acted evil stereotype. It's a whole curmudgeon of things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue too much on like the acting point. I'm not going to say it's like an Oscar-winning performance, but all I can say is that I think it elicited the response from me that it wanted. In that, I was pretty horrified by it. I was like, cringing in the way that was intended, where I'm just kind of shrinking, in my seat. And I'm like, oh my god, this shit is incredibly tough to watch. So, I would never call any of this sequence amateur. Like, I thought it was really strong, like by far. And like, it needs to be strong because it's like sort of then it creates the sort of core anchor of the conflict to come of like the good evil thing that's going on. Like, it's really, I know you sort of get a sense of the characters before this, but like this is really where it's created, I think.
I like that they had the lieutenant character who was technically supposed to be above them in rank, but he was just on Barnes' side. I feel like that must have been something Oliver Stone experienced as well.
Yeah. Was he at the village though? This guy?
Yeah. Because Elias was like, why didn't you do anything,
Oh, yeah. God, man.
They were just like passive.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's right. I think that's something that, I think you're totally right. It's probably something he saw, and it's something that sort of recurs throughout the film is the I guess I can't really put it any better than you did with being like the passive superiority in the film, like the higher ups sort of just not really taking the action that's needed, or just sort of losing. I mean, I guess at some point they just become a bit checked out is really all it is. Like there's that later in the film before the final scene, there's the I can't remember his name. He was one of the named characters. Like maybe it is this guy actually. This is again where my characters getting mixed up comes in, but like he was the dude where I think at the end, like the guy one of the other soldiers came to him and was like, "Oh, I need more men, or I need something, or whatever it was," and he just said, "I don't care.
I don't care anymore." Yeah.
Is that the same guy? Okay. Yeah. It's like at some point these dudes are just. It's all getting to them and they're just despondent, I guess. But yeah, I think you're totally right. That's probably something Oliver saw and is not overly encouraging to, see. I think if people, especially in the, obviously there were a lot of different perceptions of the war at that time, but I think a lot of people, if they were back home in the US and they sort of knew what was going on in that respect, I mean, obviously the horrors of the violence is one thing, obviously, but then like knowing the attitudes of the people that are commanding, that's a pretty poor reflection on the whole thing, And that's
I don't know. I like the detail of that character, though, just him being there.
Yeah, is he? So this is also the same guy who like towards the start, he kind of walks in when they're all chilling. And, he kind of tries to start.
He tries to bro them up,
start bonding.
Yeah, no, go away. Yeah,
it doesn't really work. Yeah. So I guess his thing is that no one really vibes with him, and then he's just kind of there. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think it's more like Barnes' might just kind of overpowers him, I guess.
Right. He's just that much of a yeah. Well, that checks out to me because I thought Berenger was a pretty strong. I mean, even Jaden liked him, so that's saying something. Berenger's a pretty strong presence on screen. I think.
Whoa.
You thought
he was okay.
I got the impression you thought this guy had some presence on screen.
No, he did. I just like him because Berenger, he's just a cool guy in life,
I don't really know anything about this guy. I know the name.
Inception,
Oh, he's the he's like the CEO guy or whatever.
Yeah,
one of the corporate guys.
And there's a bit in one of the community episodes where there's a philanthropy teacher talking about Inception with this African tribe, and they specifically mentioned Tom Berenger. It's that's why I know he's in there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right. So, he's got one of those faces that I feel like I've seen before. I mean, I have in Inception, obviously. But then I also started thinking maybe this guy kind of just looks a bit like Robert Redford as well to me, to be honest. Maybe I'm just kind of conflating them. I can see that. But no, I did really like him in the film. I wanted to, as I sort of said earlier, I wanted to believe that this guy, sort of what Fitzy was saying as well, where I wanted to think this guy, he's got an ideology, he's kind of fucked up, kind of not great, but he believes in something, you know what I mean? And he does, but it turns out what he believes in is just, well, at least what he says he believes in is kind of fucked, but I also kind of don't believe him. He has that pretty solid monologue. Wait, what did he say? He's like,
oh yeah,
we're all part of the machine, and then something about the machine.
I mean, are you talking about the monologue where he's anyone can fight me right now? When he walks into the Charlie Sheen plotting his. Yeah.
He walks in the middle.
I liked it. What do you say? It's not what it ought to be. It's I'm not. I don't know. He said it's something about reality. Reality is what it is. It's not what it ought. I don't know. I'm totally butchering it. But
sorry.
Yeah, when he said that, it was good.
That whole monologue was good. Yeah. So I found the part that I was trying to recite, which is not the same as your part, but I was trying to find if we break down, the machine breaks down, and I won't allow that. It was the gist of that part of what I was trying to say. So in there, I'm trying to buy into this guy of being okay, he's doing fuck shit, but he thinks he's doing it to keep the cause strong, to keep the group strong, and and therefore to like win. And in that sense, like part of me can be like, okay, well, from like his and their point of view, that seems pretty important, right? Like considering how checked out everyone else is here, and how like everyone just doesn't seem that focused on winning and just seems focused on surviving and looking out for themselves and all that kind of thing. Like this guy has got a bit of vision, I guess. Like, okay, all right, like, he's trying to achieve something. But then I don't know, then by the end it just kind of, I don't know. I don't even really know if he believed that, to be honest. And I feel like it was, I could be wrong, but I kind of by the end sort of felt like that was more like obfuscation for the fact that he really just was evil. He really just fucked with those people because he wanted to. Like you can try and rationalize it, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that might be a bit of I might be going a bit hard there. I don't know, but
no,
that's sort of how I felt by the end.
It just felt like there was something in his speech, but maybe that's just how like convincing, like how charismatic he was, I guess.
Right. I feel like that's like kind of like the cult of personality thing coming through, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what Berenger does in Apocalypse Now, I guess. So yeah.
Totally.
Dude, Brando's so good in that movie.
Yeah,
you've got. Have you seen the making of documentary yet?
Nah, dude, so keen for it though.
Dude, you got to watch it where like he literally like he's just fucking spitballing lines all day, and he's there fucking sweating his ass off, and like he's there just like ranting and rambling, and Francis is there behind the camera and losing his mind, and like they literally just couple that shit together. It's pretty good. I'm not throwing shade. Yeah, this guy Barnes was a good actor, as was Tom Berenger playing the part. Do we need to dive into Charlie Sheen? I feel like, Jaden said his piece.
I always thought Charlie was a good actor because I feel like I've only ever really seen him in like 2.5 Men, I guess. I mean, he's probably got somewhere else. But then this one made me think: is he not a good actor? Like, is he just is he just good at playing himself in that show? Right.
Like, I had no indication either way if he was a good actor or not. I thought he was good in the movie. Is sort of my take. Like, I don't know if I was a little bit torn. I don't know if I'd go as high as Fitzy was, or sounded earlier anyway, but like he totally worked for me. He didn't take me out of the movie. I didn't think he sucked like Jaden did. I nothing like that at all. But like I also don't know if I'd say that was a great performance. Like it
right.
did its job, and
I think he sold it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just weird seeing Charlie Sheen in a movie, though. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like as James said, like I kind of only know him from 2.5 Men, and like just seeing, I don't know, like I haven't really seen him in much, and it just him in a Vietnam setting is kind of weird. I don't know. Him walking through the jungle, you know.
I feel there's a lot of baggage with Sheen.
I feel like people praise him for the same reason they praise Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, where like he's just a fish out of water, and people think that it's good because it's a fish out of water. It's not. It's not in both instances. Like it's like Sandler's actually fine in that movie. The movie's shit, but in this, like Sheen's bad and the movie's bad at the same time. Like people are just praising it because it's not. It's something they're not used to.
Does it?
Yes.
I don't know.
You know, like
I don't know if it's a fish out of water.
Tell me that he somehow like sells to you the fact that he's like this embittered kind of like bourgeois guy that's trying to like rebel against his parents, so he signed up for the war, and you can't tell me that he's selling being in the war.
I think earlier on, I'm kind of like, I'm just thinking that's Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen's, But then earlier on, he does sell it. I mean, at least.
No, look, to me, he like, I guess breaking down the two parts of what you just said, he definitely sells being in the war, 100%. Like
he sells being in the war.
Yeah, and like just it's sucking and absolutely all the emotions, and like
he has a bit of a frown and he sweats sometimes.
No, that's I disagree with that totally. But the point of him, like his little backstory of him being a college dropout. Sorry, that's sort of the wrong connotation to it, I guess. But like, he does drop out of college. That is true. But like, he volunteers to come to Vietnam, and like, I don't know exactly how I felt about that. That was interesting. I don't know, like in terms of him apparently the other characters were like, "Oh, you got rich vibes," or whatever they say, and it's like, does he? But I also don't know if I'm meant to feel that. I was a bit confused by that. I was kind of like, is he meant to come in here and feel like a starry-eyed, like do-gooder, like has this strong sense of justice, and you know what I mean? Because I didn't really get that.
He says that he's trying to follow in his father's footsteps of what he did in World War II and what his grandfather did in World War One.
Yeah, I know.
His parents were upset with that because they wanted him to do a better thing than participate in the war. And that's why he has to write to his grandma and his parents.
Yeah, I know. But I guess what I mean is by the time the movie starts, like, am I meant to feel that still? Oh, no, like the film does literally start with him arriving like first day. So like, I guess so a little bit. I don't know. Maybe there's something to be said there. Like maybe I could have felt that a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he sells the, what do they actually call him? Like not a martyr, what was the word? It's not with C. Whatever, like the heroic character, I had a word from the film, but he doesn't sell that as much as just him, like a normalish man getting lost in the war,
Right.
Like the character itself isn't like that convincing, I guess.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if that backstory aspect added a lot where it might have been able to, but yeah, like to me, you could have cut that. Like it added dimension to the backstory 100%, but then like in terms of like the feel of the performance, it didn't really change anything, I don't think. But yeah, I don't know. Considering, like obviously he in his narration has a lot to say about and puts a lot of respect on the names of the other grunts in terms of them all coming from nothing and being poor, and I mean maybe that's the point, is that like he can kind of give that narration from a more objective point of view because he's not quite like them in that respect. He didn't come because he had to, so like he can sort of talk about them from a different angle because he's not one of them, That was a sort of thought I had.
Yeah, they literally said like you have to be, like you have to even, what's his name said you have to be rich to even think like that.
Did King say that?
Yeah. So in that sense, that serves that purpose of like, why how he feels that way and why he's narrating it, I guess.
But I like they chose to like cut out the narration halfway through because like he didn't really have anything to. He was like losing things to say.
Is that how you interpreted that?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, I like
because
that.
then later his like, King's like to him like, why aren't you writing anything? What about your grandma or whatever? And he was like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, I'm done like that. And like before that, the last thing he said was like, oh yeah, and to my parents, just say. Like he didn't even say like just say anything. He just said just say. So he was he was already resigned with like communicating stuff back home.
Yeah. That is pretty soul crushing. Yeah, I didn't even think of like the narration going away reflecting that, but that's actually smart. Yeah, I like that. It is also just funny that like the two big Vietnam War movies is literally like the father and son narrating it.
Yeah, that is funny, dude.
I wasn't like, I didn't actually expect narration in this movie. I didn't know either way, but it was just funny when the narration started. I'm like, another Sheen narrating one of these big movies. Huh?
Well, apparently Charlie Sheen was on the set of Apocalypse Now for a bit.
Oh yeah.
Well, hold on. When we were talking about like families and they were related, were the Estevez were they actually related? Estevezes, were they related to the Coppolas? I can't remember. Was that a thing?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, dude, who knows? I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. But I don't think so. Did we actually talk about the goddamn famous... I know we did mention it, but like the actual bloody poster shot of this movie, Willem Dafoe getting down on his knees, getting overrun by Viet Cong? They didn't give you a tingle, Jaden?
Nah. If Viet Cong were doing good things there, man.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that, but I just, in terms of the shot, that's all I'm saying. In terms of the sickness of it, no? Man, I thought it was great. It's one of those ones where I wasn't waiting for it like Fitzy was, but when I saw it, it was there somewhere in my brain. I was like, oh yeah, I feel like I've seen that before.
It's really cool. Like there's other Vietnam War film, but Tropic Thunder. They have like a similar thing that they do. It's they do it a bit better though. It's yeah.
True. Well, I wasn't waiting for it. It was just like I knew that it was coming with the like I thought with the evil guys, Berenger's conflict. You know, I knew that his death would be coming. So yeah. I was like, he's gonna shoot him.
Yeah. I mean, I was shocked when.
There you go.
Oh no, I was like, I was shocked that he even survived that long, Elias. Where like I thought Barnes killed him on the spot when he shot him, you know. But he kept running, you know. When they were like, "Holy shit, he's alive!" I thought for a second I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, because I was already kind of surprised Willem Dafoe dies halfway through the movie, so I was like, "Oh, he's not dead. They're gonna like save him and pick him up." You know, and then the story is going to be about like then he's going to like dob on Barnes or whatever. You know, he's going to like go back to the trial or something. Like, spill the truth. You know what I mean?
It's going to become a courtroom drama.
Yeah.
Full on jag.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like for a second, that's what I thought. I was like, "Holy shit, he's still alive!" I was like, "Oh no, he survived one moment to have another even more crazy death." You know. That shot where Elias puts his hands in the air is a recreation of a 1968 photograph by Art Greenspan. Sorry, this photograph was recognized as the 13th greatest military photograph by the Army Navy AF Time, whatever that is. Sounds important. If you're so inclined, you feel free to go and check out what the original photograph was because it's. Oh, it was cool. It was cool that they recreated it. It was cool. It's a cool photograph. I understand why it's well recognized. Yeah. I was thinking about this watching the film. How old do you reckon Willem Dafoe was in this film, Jen?
32.
Fitzy?
Well, let me think. 40.
Wow. Jaden, was yours a genuine complete guess?
Yeah, I think Mississippi Burning was a similar time, and I know he was pretty young, so... Was he actually 32?
Oh,
damn.
Okay.
I mean, he's just got that such distinctive facial structure that just kind of like... Oh, obviously, he's clearly aged. I'm not saying it looks exactly the same, but like he just looks pretty similar overall, you know? It's not like he doesn't feel very different, I guess is the way to put it. So it was funny going back and seeing him in that way. Director Oliver Stone was very rough and abusive in his treatment of the actors during filming. According to John C. McGinley, who I think plays that... Where does he play it? I think he plays the one we were talking about earlier. I think.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think. Don't quote me. It was one of them. Anyway.
He plays O'Neill. O'Neill?
Oh, he plays O'Neill. He's the... Yeah. He's the other guy we're talking about. Sorry. According to him, everyone hated Stone for the entire duration of the shoot. But this was Stone's specific aim in order to expose the cast to something resembling the horrors of war and get the most realistic performances. Most cast and crew agree that Stone's behaviour sometimes bordered on psychotic, from a combination of sleep deprivation, post-traumatic stress disorder, and the intensity of the shoot itself. The editor claimed that one day Stone yelled at him for taking away footage of a scene that they hadn't even shot yet. Johnny Depp recalled that during one particularly stressful day, he was so intimidated by Stone's aggressive behaviour that he came close to vomiting. Before shooting commenced, all of the actors had to undergo an intense 2-week basic training in the Philippines under the supervision of military advisor Dale Dyer. Oliver Stone's intention was to have the men bond. Was not to have the men bond and act as one unit, but to deprive them of sleep and make them feel utterly exhausted so that they would be burnt out and therefore in character.
Mm.
Well, what's the other main example of this? I can't recall on the spot. We've covered on the show where like the director completely abused all the actors to get the performance they wanted. We've done that. But that's been a theme on the show before. One of the films we've done. I can't quite recall which
Kubrick
one.
probably did in Eyes Wide Shut.
I don't think that was it.
No.
Yeah, he did do a lot of takes for like Kidman was like done in like the weed scene. I remember that.
All right.
Yeah, but that was because Kubrick just does that. I think like he was intentionally trying to like cause like discomfort or like aggression.
Yeah, I think he was in like an argument scene.
Oh,
I think he did the same thing with Shelley Duvall in The Shining. You know, she was making her crazy.
yeah, maybe.
But like, there was definitely like another example. Maybe like Fincher or something.
No, Fincher's a nice guy.
I can't see Dave doing that, right?
Yeah, he likes getting things done quickly and just kind of doing it efficiently.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Getting things done quickly. Was that a joke?
Yeah.
No, that's why he's embraced CGI. Like he specifically says so in like the Zodiac behind the scenes. He's like, yeah, I love CGI because like it means that we don't have to like wait for like sets to be like wiped out. So like when someone gets shot, we can just like add it later rather than having to like reset.
I'm pretty sure David Fincher takes a lot of takes.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's
David
established.
Fincher does like 60 takes.
Yeah, but like he tries to take those 60 takes quickly.
Sure, as quickly as he can do 60 takes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, you know what? There's this other movie that we did recently, Civil War.
Oh, yeah.
Not Civil War, sorry, Warfare, where those guys were great friends, and they portrayed army people fantastically. So, I mean, maybe Ollie's a bit misguided in trying to sow this kind of hatred in to get a good performance. Maybe he's not that good of a director in thinking this way. Maybe he's just a bad people manager.
Maybe the
and really, a director is just a people manager. So he's a bad people manager. So he's a bad director. I think that's what's coming around. Yeah, Zach, you should know about people managing.
Wow, way to bring it around. I was going to say, Oliver, you were totally right. Well done. You were spot on. These actors look like they were really tired, really bummed to be there, and I believed it, so it was worth it. That's what I reckon. Platoon, 1986, was the third highest grossing film of 1986.
Wow.
Do you guys care to guess number 2 and 1?
I don't even know what else came out that year.
They're two well-known films. One of them was kind of shocking, though, to be honest.
Can I look at films so I can spark my memory or not?
Yeah, sure.
Aliens? Was that?
No.
Top Gun?
Top Gun is number 1. Actually, number 2 was shocking to me, to be honest. I don't know.
Crocodile Dundee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee made more money than this movie. I didn't realize Crocodile Dundee was like a hit, like everywhere. Apparently,
no, I think the Yanks love it more than we do, don't they?
Do they?
I think they do.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's weird. That's weird, bro. I mean, I guess they make like The Simpsons did parody it, so that makes sense. I guess. I don't know. I was just surprised. I sort of thought that was like an us thing. I don't really care.
No, I always thought it was like a foreign product thing. I always thought the movie was a tourism ad.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was too. I just didn't know how successful it was, but apparently it was very successful. Huh, there you go. Anyway, if you couldn't tell by the fact that I moved on to Crocodile Dundee, I'm getting close to done. Okie dokes. Let's get to our final verdicts for Platoon. Jaden.
3 out of 10. I very rarely get to come in hot. I'm usually pretty positive, so I will relish in this. Yeah.
No, I respect it. I really, really do. Because usually you're the guy who's kind of like, sees the other side, sees the vision.
Mm.
You're just like, I'm fine with it. I'm happy to get another side of Jaden every now and again.
Mm.
This movie's a strong 8 for me. I feel like rewatches where I understand the characters and who's who better, genuinely, like actually my major sort of hold up. And that's a me thing. But like rewatches will help with that. I think it's got potential to go higher. But great film. Don't want to seriously. The village scene is seriously really good stuff. Like I was pretty gripped by it, and it was.
Yeah.
When they were fucking with that guy, and then like the way he had to like, he was already amputated, and then he had to start dancing around, and then they fucking beat him to death. That's just heinous shit, man. It was.
Forrest Gump is a better Vietnam film than this.
Oh, fuck off, Liam.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we didn't like. I just mentioned the soundtrack was great too, which Shane actually agrees with, right?
Yeah, the licensed music, the stuff that wasn't created for the film.
Yeah. Regardless, that was great. But I'll also give it an 8. Yeah. I don't think it's a strong. I don't think it's like nearing the 9. I think it's just 8 out of 10. Great stuff.
It's a standard 8.
Yeah, medium rare.
It's not a weak 8.
Nah, it's just an 8. Just a flat 8.
Flat 8. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
If when you start going low numbers, is a strong 3 closer to 4 or closer to 2?
You think like 5 is like 0, and then like below 5 is like negative number logic. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because if we take 5 as average, then as you go lower, like
I think strong 3 is still like closer to 4.
Closer to 4.
I'd agree, but I'd also be a fan of, like, I think we should do this. So why not have negative stars? Like, let's introduce those. Why can't we give films negative 2 stars?
Well, you're Mr. 10-point scale is all we need. Why would you ever need anything more than that? And negative stars is going beyond the 10-point scale.
Yeah, no.
This is pretty experimental.
I think I just think it would be fun to give a movie negative stars. To be honest.
Is there a movie that you would give negative stars?
No, not that I've seen. No, I don't think I'd give American Mary negative stars.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy giving it half a star, but I don't need to go any further. just the idea of it sounds funny. I kind of just want to do it for something. I don't know what. I'm sure I'll find something out there that I'll give negative stars to. Now it's time for our highlights of the week. I've got nothing, so you guys can use my time or do whatever you want. But
I think I've got nothing as well.
Oh shit, Fitzy, give us 3.
Well, I watched the first episode of Task. That was good. It really just seemed like a rundown Heat. Like they're just washed, like a washed version of Heat. Where they're just like old and like don't care. I mean, they care, but they're not quite as good as Pacino and De Niro. Not in their prime.
Okay,
it's in the suburbs. But no, it looks Mare of Easttown quality kind of level.
Nice.
So yeah, I dig that.
I'm pumped about that.
I did rewatch some of Peep Show. I started watching random episodes, and then I kind of went back, and I think I've only skipped one. Yeah, Peep Show's amazing. Peep Show's great. Peep Show transcends comedy, because it's one of the only shows where you get inside the character's head, which is a very very literary thing.
Is it a peep inside his head?
Yeah. It's like a literal peep show, get in his consciousness. Mark and Jez's consciousness. But everyone should watch Peep Show. I think it would help people.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Change lives.
yeah, for real.
Damn. Shit, I got to get on that. Apparently.
Yeah,
Jane,
you should tell me. You should tell me if you relate to Mark. Sorry.
Oh, you've said this.
Yeah,
Wait, is Mark David Mitchell?
yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of more
Yeah.
uptight, kind of. Yeah.
Does he have lesbian energy?
He does at times.
Yeah, at times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now comes the segment where we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you. A pop-up came up. Who is your favourite celebrity that is slightly crazy? Andy said, Maggie Chung. Well, mainly after she retired from acting for good in 2004, she tried a career in music. And let's just say it's probably the same way Westerners had to deal with the Yoko Ono behind the microphone. Okay. So I know who Yoko Ono is, but what does Andy mean? Like, did she get in songs?
Not in Beatles stuff, but in like John Lennon's like solo stuff or like his collabs with other people. Like there's this really famous clip of him like on like a show with someone else, I can't recall who. But like they're like, you know, they're jamming out, you know, they're playing their song, they're singing along, and then Yoko gets on the mic and she just starts like screaming, she's like, it's just so fucking funny, man. And like they have to cut her mic eventually. It's yeah, she was a bit batty. Yeah.
You see a bit of that in like the Get Back documentary, where like there's a lot of sessions where everyone's just vibing, and then there's like a Yoko session, and they're all just like watching her and John.
I don't know. Like, is she like okay now? Like she's.
I don't know. I don't really keep up with the Yoko Ono.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some people do like.
I think she's because like she was in she like provided the voice in like Isle of Dogs. But like I don't know if she's like what she does other than that. Luke's answer was tiny Tom Cruise. Well, actually, he said Tom Cruise, and then Andy later on added tiny. But yeah, Tom Cruise is a bit batshit at times. Yeah. But you need to be to do the stuff he does, you know.
That's right. I wouldn't have him any other way, Jaden.
Yeah, no.
But Luke did post the perfect gif of him jumping on this couch on Oprah, which is like, if you had to have one image surmise crazy Tom Cruise, it's that.
Yeah.
And also, no, the laugh is good too. The way he posted, he nailed them both, actually.
Yeah. The couch jumping thing is something I haven't seen. It shocked me, actually. I was like, oh, okay, this is. Dude, I didn't know this was part of his character. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was a bit let down.
Well, I think the context of that interview is even better because he's talking about how he's like dating Katie Holmes and like in love with her. And then he does that.
If I was dating Katie Holmes, I'd do the same shit. That's normal.
Yeah, that justifies it. That rationalizes the whole thing. Dude,
that undercuts Luke's argument.
It's such a great little jump. He does like the motion from the sitting to the leap, and he's like lands on the couch. Oh my god, it's hilarious. Oprah's loving it. Yeah, that's a great answer for sure. Leanne said, my favourite slightly crazy actors are Robin Williams and Jim Carrey. Both have produced many memorable moments for their fans. Robin Williams was a star since the days of Mork and Mindy. What the hell is that?
It's like one of the big like 60 sitcoms, you know.
Mork and Mindy?
Yeah.
What a weird name. Sorry, I'm showing my age here, clearly. Jim Carrey has been incredibly funny since Dumb and Dumber. Two of many amazing actors. Yeah, I mean, Jim Carrey, I don't know so much about Robin Williams, to be honest. We were talking about just last week how like I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but I know Jim Carrey's got a bit of a rep for being a bit nutty at times. I do know that.
Yeah, when I was searching up, like people kept on mentioning, but like I didn't really know he was a bit like I didn't know he was nutty. Like I don't know.
Like, is it knowing not enough? Clearly, is it the fact he's a bit eccentric, or is he like actually?
No, I mean he kind of had like a spiritual kind of shift, like in the more recent years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he kind of like talks about it a lot.
What towards Scientology?
No, I mean that's the thing. It's not really like, you know, spirituality isn't necessarily like crazy. You know, like it's just like,
Of course not.
yeah. You know.
But is it like the way he talks about it or something? Or
Yeah, I mean he's a bit like standoffish, in like interviews, I guess.
that's
Like because there's this one clip of him with like with someone and she's like asking him questions, like normal questions, and he's like he kind of goes into like an existential kind of rant or whatever. Like why are we here type thing. I don't know. Or he's like, oh, this is all just like nonsense, that kind of thing. But like, that's not that bad. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's just done with the press and wants to troll a bit. I don't feel like he was. Like, he's that crazy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, it comes off as a bit. Yeah, it's a bit goofy.
Because when I saw people like mentioning his name, like the only thing I could think of was that moment on Graham Norton where he like sings to Daniel Kaluuya, and he just sings his name at him. Like that's what I was thinking.
I mean, yeah, I guess he is a bit eccentric as well.
Yeah.
All right. In terms of our answers, God, I feel like there's a few different ways you can sort of tackle this. Actually, as sort of what I realised. But Jaden, I'm curious as to who you came up with.
Yeah, I don't really have good answers. I don't know. Like it's I'll go with Chris Martin for marrying Gwyneth Paltrow and allowing her to name their kid Apple. Like because like Gwyneth is very much is like the weird one, but like Chris has to be weird to be like, he has to be a bit crazy to like go along with it and go along with her for so many years. Yeah, and like I actually like Chris, So like if I said Gwyneth, like that'd be a disingenuous answer because I don't like her, but like I like Chris. So, and then like in terms of, like I don't know, like a lot of the people I saw bringing up like crazy actors, like they were either like just normal people or like they were like bad people, like not crazy, like they were just bad people. So I don't know where to find the middle ground really. I think Courtney Love's a good example of crazy, but once again, she's not someone I like. But Courtney Love is Kurt Cobain's ex-wife, and like she still rides that shit hard, like being Cobain's wife, and she's a bit nutty about it. So I think she's like a good example of being like nutty, but like at the same time, I don't like Courtney Love, so like it's hard to answer her. But yeah, I was a bit more striped for answers than I thought I'd be, given that like Hollywood is meant to be full of like wacky people. I don't know, Willem, any better luck?
We're counting. Did we say something about counting or counting Brando? I mean, we were talking about like phases, and then he didn't really fit into the phase question, but because he's just kind of, he's steadily like crazy, I guess.
Brando counts. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it counts, but yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say him because I would say him and like Wacky Phoenix, because with Brando, I think it's. I mean, with like a lot of these crazy people, it's like they are a bit nutty, but they're not necessarily nutty in like a charismatic or like interesting way. But I feel like with Brando, it's like I could watch endless like kind of documentaries about him, or like similarly with what Keane kind of does when he does his own kind of trolling of the media. But he has this kind of mask breaking moments as well. So it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like they're both like interesting ones, I think. Yeah.
Charlie Heston. He like I don't really know much about him, but like in Bowling for Columbine, he definitely looks a bit crazy.
Well, he was like the NRA leader.
Yeah. He's such a good actor though.
Is it Charlton Heston? Is that the name?
Yeah, Charlton. I think it's Charlton.
Yeah.
Is he not Kanye?
Ooh. Oh, I thought we were talking about I thought it was just actors, wasn't it? Oh.
Celebrities, right? Isn't that the question? Is it?
Oh.
Yeah, favorite celebrity. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Do you want to? Have you heard Did you hear the album? Like, did you listen to the album that he released? Like when he was like in his phase?
Is that Donda?
No. Like the recent one.
Oh, Bully.
No.
Is that what it was called?
Like the most recent one is Bully. I think.
Yeah. Is that the one that features a song where like it like it's stuck with like 3 chants of Seagale?
Huh?
Is that does that have that song on there, or was that like an off album single?
I don't think that's on Bully. I'm not sure. Actually, it could be because I listened to like an early version of Bully and it didn't have that, so I thought that was a single.
Dude, that's proper batshit stuff. That's.
Is it real?
Oh yeah. It's literally a song called
Hail
Hitler. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways.
Yeah,
It is. That's so far beyond that it feels like it has to be like a parody or something, but I don't know what's going on there. So in terms of what Jane was saying in terms of the categories, I'm kind of with that where in terms of like are you just kind of bad aspect of it is like if I'm looking at it's like favorite celebrity who's slightly crazy. Well, like in terms of me enjoying their work, it's probably the Booth because he's just entertaining. But I don't know. Like he also like in terms of then what makes him slightly crazy, it's like it's nothing that's like endearing. Like isn't it basically just like he's has been an addict and has like abused his partners and shit. So it's like that's not really like something you can laugh about, even though I just did. So that's kind of like, oh, I don't know about that. But then like on the other side, the part of like the crazy aspect that's kind of funny to make fun of, but then I don't really love or appreciate their work. But like it's got to be like, I'm surprised Jaden hasn't got his take on the Smiths. Like all of them.
The Smiths.
Will and Jada Pinkett.
I have no attachment to them. Like I really don't care for Will Smith too much.
But you think they're crazy, right? You think they're a bit nutty. We've had conversations about them.
I don't know, I think like Jaden's a bit like a prick, but like I wouldn't call him nutty, and like Jada's like a bitch, but like I wouldn't call it nutty. And then like Will feels too nutty. He feels too normal to be nutty. Like he's probably close, but like he's not really. And then like Willow's pretty normal, so I don't know.
I thought you were talking about the Smiths, like the band, like Morrissey for a second, because Morrissey's crazy.
Oh yeah, Morrissey is crazy. Yeah, no, good shout. Yeah, good shout, Zach.
I don't know anything about them. What's their deal? What's his deal?
He's like a vegan freak.
Oh, okay.
He's just it's just like an intense,
Yeah. He's said some stuff in the past.
Oh, has he?
Okay.
I don't actually know any specifics.
I think I think musicians are probably the better response to this question, because I feel like with them, like they're just so perpetually coked up that they can just be weird without being bad. Like Julian Casablancas of the Strokes, he's a bit crazy. And then like I think a lot of those guys coming out of like that New York sleaze scene of the early 2000s, like Carlos Dangler from Interpol, he's a bit weird. Actually, maybe not crazy. He's just a bit okay, maybe not.
Slightly crazy.
Yeah. I think I think musicians are probably a bit more apt for people that you can like and be slightly crazy.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh well, in terms of then, because I think we came up with this question because of Charlie Sheen, obviously, and then like RDJ came up as like a possible option. In terms of like that category of like people who've had crazy phases, like mine's Mel Gibson. Because I really enjoy Mel Gibson. I think he's great. But, he had a phase, as we know. But
actually, we don't really know much. Like, I know he went full Jesus freak, but like, is that what we're talking about?
Or anti-Semitics, yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. But I think, he's that was like ages ago. I think people are fine with him now. But yeah, anyway. I think I really like Mel Gibson personally. It's like his work and stuff. I enjoy him as an actor, director, So yeah, I attempted to fill all categories apparently with my answers. So there you go. Wacky Phoenix is a good one though, for sure. Like it's literally it's in his name. That's his birth name after all. Wacky.
Yeah.
I know Brian Cox would agree for sure. All right. As always, we'd love you to submit your responses, thoughts, and/or reviews for next week's film in the YouTube or Instagram comment section, or join the Discord server. This week, the specific question we'll be asking you is, what is your favorite theory? That's it. Any theory.
Yeah, I'm not a
Fitzy,
conspiracy theory. But
Yeah. Actually, good clarification. You had a better explanation of it earlier, Fitzy. Like, what kind of theory? Like, how did you describe it?
well, like scientific theories, social theories, psychological, behavioral theories, abstract
Yeah.
theories.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's because that's because we're doing the butterfly effect, which won the poll, which is on HBO Max, and I'm being forced to host it because I won the poll, being punished for my victory. But yeah, it's about the butterfly effect, which is like chaos theory. So that's why. That's hence the question, which is the theory that small things. I don't know. Small things affect things. I don't know.
It's the Until Dawn theory.
Correct. That's right. The video game Telltale theory. You press a button and something happens, but then if you press the other button, something else happens. Whoa!
Yeah, the Clementine will remember that theory.
Yes, exactly. What is it? What's the Fallout version of that? Preston really liked that. Well, what is it again?
Yeah, well, it's like I don't know. There's so many characters now that like and dislike things.
Oh yeah. Hancock disliked that.
So it's like when it's like if you're with Piper and like you pickpocket, she's like she didn't like that. It's like fuck off.
Yeah, Piper disliked that. Exactly. That's how you explain the butterfly effect to kids these days.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for this week's episode. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate Liam and Jaden for joining me as always. Have a great rest of your week, and goodbye.